Sankadu Rammurthy, you have to address job losses in startups. They make money with young people, and once they don't get funded, they will lay off. Startup is a scam in India. They make wealth by luring young engineers. You are saying that the startup don't get funded, so they close down. So what do you expect? So do you expect that a startup which closes down will keep paying the employees? No. Startup is an idea. There is a risk in a startup. You don't join a startup. Don't join a startup. There are so many companies, stable, established companies from last 20, 30 years in software field. Only join those companies. Don't join a startup. Okay. Startups have their advantages. Startup have their disadvantages. And startups, it's not just about startup. Even big companies can go into loss. Kingfisher Airlines closed down, Jet Airways closed down. What could people do? If the company closes down, the people have to leave and find another job. Within 3 months to 6 months, you get another job. Within 3 months to 6 months. And whatever you have learned while building the application at startup will help you when you go to the next company, because you are in a startup. Your knowledge which will be much more powerful than a lot of other people. Okay, so you will get a really high salary when you go to another company. Okay, and that depends on mindset. In today's video, I've talked a lot about mindset. It depends on your mindset. If you go with a mindset, if you go with a thought that I'm not that everybody is there to cheat me, then you will get all people who are going to cheat you. If you go with a mindset that I have some skills which are valuable, and using these skills I'm going to get some valuable companies where my work will be appreciated and I will get some good returns on my work, then you will get good companies. Okay, so whatever happens, okay, uh, yes, some startups may be really exploiting people. I'm not saying no to that, but you have to understand that you have to be a person who, let's say you went into a startup and that exploited you, and you faced a challenge. After coming out, next startup, you have to make a list of things you will see that this startup is not bad, or this startup is not like that scam startup. Don't people lose money in investment? People lose money by investing in a bank. A bank closes down. There was a PMC scam, 6,000 crore scam by a bank, where small 10 lakh people's money, small people, very very poor people's money. Somebody had 50,000, somebody had 10,000, somebody had 1 lakh rupees in that particular bank, and they could not withdraw that money. 6,000 crores, 10 lakh people were impacted by that. Nobody did anything about that. You're talking about a startup. Okay, so Sankudu, you are just talking about things that are wrong, and I want to talk about things that are right, and I want to talk about things that you can do to make your career right. In that you can fail. I have also failed in my. I joined one startup. I worked there for 1.5 years, and I was in a totally. I was in a foreign country, and that company called me one day and said that we don't want you. And I was in a foreign country. I did not have the salary from that 1.5 years job. Okay, and I lost my job. And what did I do? I sat down and I found another job, and I continued working. Okay, I did not even argue with that entrepreneur. I did not talk to that entrepreneur. That entrepreneur, after 2 years, he talked to me. After 2 years, I told him what I went through, and he was sorry, but after that he understood what was the problem that I went through. Okay, but I don't know why he decided to do that. He was not even his company was not even closed. His company was there. Okay, so I feel that you have to change your mindset. Okay, this channel is for helping people on how to grow their software career. So I want to focus on that. Okay, if there are challenges that are happening, I am telling People that come out of those challenges change your mindset and get another job and start working. Having a job is important, growing within your job is important. Channel Cognizant is a layoff king. They don't respect young engineers. Yes, I have covered that. Cognizant has laid off more than 13,000 people, and more than 13,000 people voluntarily resigned from Cognizant. And this happens with every company. This happens with IBM, this happens with TCS, this happens with Infosys, this happens with Wipro, this happens with Tech Mahindra. Every year, 1 to 2% of people are laid off in all the big companies. IT companies, since they have been there, they do hire and fire people. Okay? Because that is their challenge. If there is somebody who's not right for the company, they have to fire the people. And it may not be that the person is not good. It may be that the skills required for that people are not in this person. Okay. Find out what happened to manufacturing industry in Pune. Why did so many companies close down in Pune? Find out. You don't have any idea about manufacturing companies. Okay. Even with unions, there are so many manufacturing companies which close down. Good performing companies close down. For me, software industry is a booming industry. Software industry is the number 2 industry in India at this moment, and it is growing. In the last 10 years, software industry has grown from whatever it was. I think it was 49 or 69 billion dollars industry. Today it is a 181 billion dollar industry. So you can see 161% growth. Find out another industry in which there is 161% growth within India, and let me know on my channel. Okay, so software industry is a growing industry, and I believe in that, and that is why I want to help people with that. Okay, and I don't, anybody who listens to me should understand where I come from. I always say I don't know everything, but whatever I know I will share with you. Okay, so I'm sharing the right parts of the of my experience which are good. And of course I have good experiences, I have bad experiences. I do share my bad experiences in stories which I tell about maybe a certain client which was bad, if some company which was bad, some project that did not go well. I talk about that, but that does not paint the entire industry bad.